Coach, when you have a team like Golden State that just continuously moves without the basketball, just how much of this, or what kind of lessons can you take from playing that kind of offense to where they just keep on moving?
Well, that's what they've done for years, and it starts with Steph Curry, and they're hard to guard, and when really they make you communicate on a unique level, and we had they're hard enough to guard as it is, but we had some breakdowns. They put a lot of pressure on you in that sense, whether it's getting caught with a back screen, giving some things up, not switching a tight curl. But as much as anything, I thought the way we came out in the third quarter was a positive tonight. We hurt ourselves in the first half, turning the ball over. And then when you don't see the ball go in the basket for a significant period of time, we had a number of guys that I thought had some good shots and they didn't go. And to be able to, it's tough you have to stay locked in spite of that. And that's hard to do. It's easier said than done. And I thought the first half we became discouraged at times, not seeing the ball go in, turning it over, and it knocked us back. And there were a couple big runs, so that when you do start playing better, we really never quite were able to get the ball to go in. But you're going to have nights like that, and you try to do other things. But I thought coming out of halftime, we came out in the third quarter and we didn't feel sorry for ourselves. We'd missed free throws, we turned it over, we missed threes, but we came out and competed, and I was happy to see that.
Just following up on those turnovers, do you think part of that is just with all the new pieces that are coming back, especially this week, could that be just some of the rhythm being off with the new players?
I think more than anything, we have to space. And when we play in small spaces, when there's four guys on one side of the floor, you're not able to make plays for each other. And so that it just we have to be that determined there are little things that require more concentration and just a little more effort. And again, communicating with each other on that. I didn't think that we talked enough tonight. And sometimes that happens when you're not making shots, and it's actually when you need each other even more. But regardless of who's in the game, how long they played, we can run. You can run, and you can see that there's a corner that's empty, and you can fill it. And you can see where the ball is, and you can space. And, doing that gives us a chance to get connected. So regardless of who's in or out of the game, or who's played or who's been injured or whatever the case may be, those are things we have to do no matter what. It can't be, and if we miss it on one possession, we got to do it the next possession. When we're playing well, that's what's happening, and we're able to find each other because we are an unselfish team.
Coach, shortly when Trey came back after that Boston game, I asked him about the Achilles injury. Do you think that that's something that kind of lingers and might affect some of that shooting, especially with how defenses are attacking him?
Yeah, I don't want to overthink our shooting in general. We've missed some shots. That's the NBA. You go through stretches, and you go through a stretch where they go in, and I've seen Trey shoot the ball in practice, and he's stroking it, and it's just it'll bounce through in the game. And it's frankly the same thing for Bogey. Hunt shot it great. He had a tough night tonight, but that we can't just rely on that when the ball's not going in. We have to continue to do other things. And I in the second half we did that, and we had a few even at the rim that didn't go in. So not being discouraged. And staying connected through those times is hard, but that's what good teams are able to do.
Is that sort of a sign of this team needing to grow up a little bit more? We talked about how young they are with so many guys.
Yeah, I'm always careful to dramatize some of those things, frankly. Every team, we need, we're 19, 20, 21 across, the front line, so to speak, and those guys are young, but we don't get to press pause, and then everybody gets older. We've got to, keep growing. And, as I said, some of the things that we need to do, you can do no matter how old you are. you can run and you can space, and when the ball's not going in, sometimes that becomes your focus. And to become a good team, there's a maturity that has to occur, and that, regardless of how old we are, that's what we're trying to do. But I've said it from the beginning. There's a process to that happening, and we didn't handle pressure well against Portland, and we came in against Sacramento. We had a really good defensive game. Today we struggled in the first half, but we were able to lock in on some things and play better in the third quarter. And now we got to go to Chicago and be ready to play.